So guess what? Tesla just updated the CyberCab's dog mode. Now it stops at the dog park and lets the dogs out for a run.
At breakfast, Emily stirred her coffee, a sparkle in her eyes.
You're kidding. How's that supposed to work? What if Max decides to chase a squirrel instead of getting back in?
Jack raised an eyebrow, pausing mid-bite of his toast.
Well, they've thought of that. The cab has these gentle alerts and a treat dispenser to coax him back. Plus, there's a GPS tracker, so we can monitor everything from our phones.
Only you would be excited about sending our dog off on a solo adventure.
Think of it as Max's own little outing. Besides, it'll save us a trip.
All right, let's give it a shot. But if anything goes wrong, I reserve the right to say, I told you so.
Emily chuckled. Jack shook his head, a smirk on his face. Later, Jack and Emily parked a little way down from the dog park, trying to act casual as they settled in to watch. Max, on the other hand, bounded out.
Well, would you look at that?
Jack muttered, a smile creeping onto his face.
Our dog's already become the life of the party.
See? I told you this would be a good idea. Look how happy he is.
Max darted around, play-bowing and making fast friends with a golden retriever and a pug. The sight of him so joyous and carefree brought a chuckle out of Jack.
All right, I'll admit it, this is pretty great to watch. He looks like he's having the time of his life.
Jack peered around the trunk, watching as Max sniffed the air, then shrugged it off to rejoin his new friends. Close call. I think we're safe.
Emily snickered, peeking around the tree again. He'd probably give us that really guys look and saunter off like the independent adventurer he thinks he is.
Jack sighed, glancing at his watch. I don't know how long I can keep this up. If he spots us, we're busted.
Emily nodded, still smiling. All right, let's give it a few more minutes. If he doesn't notice us by then, we'll head out. After a few more minutes, Emily checked her phone. The app says the CyberCab is ready to bring him back. Let's see if Max is ready to head home.
Jack watched as she tapped a few buttons. Moment of truth. Do you think he'll actually get back in?
As if on cue, Max trotted over to the CyberCab, his tail still wagging as he looked back at his new friends. The treat dispenser in the cab activated, and Max hopped right in.
As they watched Max settle into the CyberCab, Jack chuckled. Well, I guess if he didn't want to get back in, we'd just leave him here. He'd come home when he got hungry.
Emily laughed, nudging him. Good thing he has a healthy appetite, but I think he's getting the hang of this.
As the CyberCab pulled away with Max comfortably inside, Jack and Emily headed back to their car, satisfied with the experiment.
Well, that was quite the adventure, Jack remarked as they drove home. I have to admit, it was pretty impressive.
Emily smiled, feeling pleased. Who knows? Maybe next time, we can send him on a playdate across town.
Jack laughed. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.